shift over
Yeah.
to the biblical.
Yeah.
I love it. That's perfect. And I got my timer here, and I'll kind of let
You know the claim, enhance your kitchen and bathroom and you can increase the value of your home. But have you ever met a family-owned business that can beautify your whole house, keeping you within budget and increase the property value? At Floors to Go, Texas, we have the only specialty store in DFW with twice the space and 10 times the products offered by the big box stores. With friendly professionals who can beat the big box store prices every day. That's a bold claim here at Floors to Go, Texas, but it's backed up each day by all of our customer reviews. Shopping for kitchen backsplashes, custom shower or tubs, hardwood floors, stone, tile can be a daunting task. Let us help you know and understand what you are getting into so you can make a more informed decisions. Whether you're in the market now or will be in a few years, we can lay out a plan for you to be a wise spender of your own money. Reach out to us at 817-710-7030 or on the web at floorstogotexas.com. And remember, a room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug.
We're have to rush back to get in here.
I have something I want you to see. Check out this new custom shower we had installed. Don't you just love the natural tile work in stone?
Wow, fantastic. I just love that seat in the corner. And the build-in for all your soaps? Who made this?
Floors to Go Texas did all of this. You know those guys on YouTube who have all those helpful videos? Let me tell you, they are so friendly in person. They helped me find everything I was looking for, asked me such thoughtful questions just to make sure I was getting exactly what I needed.
So, did they have all of this in stock, or did you have to wait months?
All of this took less than a week. First, I went into the store with an idea. Floors to Go Texas helped me pick out some products that I liked. Then they came over for measurements, and the next week, we were done with installation.
Incredible!
Just like these folks, you too can get this fantastic service by calling Floors to Go Texas at 817-710-7030, or you can visualize their products on your floor using their website, floorstogotexas.com. Once again, that's 817-710-7030.
Hey, Dana, we just bought our dream home, but it is not our dream kitchen. Can you help me?
You mean something like redesigning your island or doing a beautiful floor?
Yes, and I would love to accent these new cabinets with backsplash and some great countertops. I would really like to find one company who can do all that instead of calling 6 companies.
Just call Floors to Go Texas. They can do it all. They built me a bathtub and shower. The staff was so friendly and helpful, and they even kept me in budget.
So they can find me what I want, they can install it, and keep me in budget?
Yes, and if they install it, they have something called a 60-day guarantee. They're the only people in DFW doing that. They even offer financing.
Wow, I'll have to call them.
Just like these folks, you too can get this fantastic service by calling Floors to Go Texas at 817-710-7030, or you can visualize their products on your floor using their website, floorstogotexas.com. Once again, that's 817-710-7030. You are not satisfied with your carpet, hardwood, or new surface flooring within 60 days after installation? They'll tear it up and replace it for free, including labor. That's a bold claim from Floors to Go Texas, Fort Worth's premier floor covering showplace. Floors to Go Texas Fort Worth native Theril Williams reflects on 40 years in the flooring business.
Well, there's not a problem we haven't seen. There's not a question we can't answer about your floors.
Floors to Go Texas sells and installs the high-quality brand names you know and trust in hardwoods, exotic woods, stone, tile, and carpet from names like Shaw, Armstrong, Mohawk, and Mannington. They offer free in-home estimates and interest-free financing. Theril knows that purchasing a floor is no small matter.
We want you to fully understand.
For me, a screen. 3, 2, 1. And Rolf, welcome to another edition of Believers in Business right here on The Word. We certainly appreciate your time and spending a few minutes today. And I've got to say, I've got my favorite guest that we do on this. And you laugh. Dana, you laugh, but it's true. It's true. Our friends from Floors to Go Texas on the show, Theril, Tex, and Dana. How you doing?
Great.
Very good. Thank you for having us
Yeah,
today.
I'm glad. See, the last time I saw you guys, I was actually in your store.
Environment.
Yes,
Yeah, thank you for coming to the store. We really appreciate it.
and it was fun.
Seeing is believing there. When you get
Seeing is believing. And I will say this, and you shared a quick story before the show, is that in the fact that when you come in and you say the keyword, which I think we have a new keyword, by the way, we'll keep that in locks until we release that. It's interesting. People are responding to these ads, and I say these ads, these shows, and you have an ad, a special buzzword, and it's a great feeling to know that people can come in there and they get something for free.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're giving away a free 8x10 wool, 100% wool area rug.
This is not a chintzy little rug.
No, it's not.
It's 80 ounces. You got to see it and touch it. It comes in 9 different colors, so I can pick from 9 different colors. It is has a hand carved border all the way around it, and we'll order it for them, and it takes less than a week to get it in. And all they have to do is come by our store and walk in the door and say, "I heard this on the Word FM or 620 AM."
Yep. Either one. I saw it on Facebook.
That's right. A room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug. And then we send out all the confetti, and it comes down, and Dana puts on the show.
And there's a little secret. If you can't remember the phrase, it's okay. As you're driving up to the building, there's a big old huge billboard. It's written right there. You can review your homework before you walk in.
That is true.
I actually had a man that had to go back outside and look at it and then come back in and say it again.
That's kind of funny. But that's just a great way to say thank you to your customers for reacting to this show. We hope at the end of the day you get knowledge, and not everybody is in the market for a floor. We get that. But what we want them to get is at the time when they need a floor,
right,
they call you guys. That's what it's all about.
And I mean, there's somebody who's in the market for a flooring covering right now. And yes, you're right. Not everybody's in the market for flooring, but I'll tell you, when you need a floor because you've had a water leak, you mentioned on the air
myself, yes.
Before we went on the air that you had a water leak.
Had a toilet overflow.
You know,
God only knows what was put in that toilet, by the way. I have not identified what blocked that toilet. I haven't.
But if you have some kind of an issue with the water that's damaged and your floor is now damaged, now you need a floor, and you need it pretty quick. Well, come see us, because what we do, we strive in our business to educate people about what they're buying. We have all kinds of flooring from all different ranges and everything imaginable: carpet, wood, tile, stone. This new luxury vinyl tile, which is a resilient type of product. It looks like both tile and engineered hardwood floors. And all those products are in various price ranges, and what we try to do is teach people what are good. We ask questions of people.
Ask them what they need for their budget, for their home, for their family. Do they have dogs? Do they have kids? It makes a difference.
And Dana, I don't think a lot of people ask those questions.
They don't.
They don't. They automatically say, what's your price point, how much you want to spend, and they just go there, not knowing that the floor may not be right for their certain situation.
That is the number one claim out there in the Metroplex right now. One of my friends who's been worked for the manufacturers for a number of years, about 80% of the time he goes on a claim, it's usually because the wrong product was sold to this customer and it wasn't performing correctly. Well, that's a fault of the salesman in the store. We don't do that at our store. We try to ask enough questions. What is your lifestyle? Because we know that a retired couple has a different need than a young family with 2 or 3 kids and a couple of pets in the home.
And a hamster.
And a hamster. Don't forget the hamster.
Don't forget my hamster.
So, we want to make sure that people are well educated about what they're about to buy and get into.
And I will say this, and I'll tell everyone listening, I've been in your showroom. It's gigantic. It's got a ton of options, so it doesn't matter what color, what style, what texture. You've got it, and you can feel it. In a lot of cases, you can take that home to match it up with paint on the walls or whatever.
You need to take it home.
Yeah.
We don't charge for you to take our samples home. I know some places do, but we don't. And you need to look at it in your light, at night, in the daytime, because it can change.
I want to do a quick shout and just say that we are broadcasting on Facebook Live and YouTube Live right now, and I want to say welcome to Michelle, who just joined the show.
Yes, Michelle. Hello, Michelle.
Anybody else is out there and you have some questions about flooring and want to write it on in?
Absolutely. And also, we've got a number if you want to call. If you want to just go ahead and give that out, if we want to do that.
Sounds good.
972 870-8704. It's 972-870-8704. And of course, if you got a question, call in, and we'll put you on the air and listen to all of this. And we want to make sure we address the real needs of the consumers at home.
Yeah, or while we're doing the recording, if they type in a question or comment on Facebook, we can answer any of their questions.
There you go. See, we're all over the place today.
We are.
We want to cover your needs.
And we like to have their likes if possible.
Yes,
Like us.
like and follow.
And share.
And share. That's what it's all about. Like, follow, and share. I like that.
Well, there you go. Thank you.
There we go. See, I'm missing out on all the action here. I'm going to fire my face.
We got to get you a monitor so you can see the little lights that come in.
There goes another one.
There you go.
You have 17 monitors in here. You don't
And I don't have a single one in front of me. I got one up there that's dead. I have no idea. I really have no idea what this stuff does right here. And if I was to touch it, we might just quickly go off the air.
Oh, don't do it.
Don't do it.
We just want to encourage people to know that we're your friends in the flooring business.
I like that.
Seriously, because, you know, I started this company because I was doing commercial work, and I have a lot of friends that wanted flooring, and I didn't know how to get it to them except have a store, and so we began to teach people and educate them about what they're doing, because so many people get sold the wrong floor for the wrong application.
Well, maybe the right floor, but the wrong glue or adhesive.
Ooh.
That's another problem.
Yeah, that's a huge deal if it's not installed correctly. Of course, we guarantee everything we put down, and we do sell material for people who want to do it themselves, and that's fine. What we try to do.
I'm laughing only because I can just envision me trying to put the floor up, because it will be up the next day. You know? It'll just be pulled. It'll pill up. I'm gonna let you do that.
Good choice.
Well, good choice. Yeah, there's a lot to floor prep. I mean, it's kind of like when you go to paint. You know, if you read the instructions, they want you to remove everything, right? And the flooring's not much different, really. You have to remove the old adhesives and glues and stuff like that.
But let us do the work for you.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of folks that are wanting to remodel before the holidays coming up here, and we've got a lot of deals out there.
We do have some deals.
Out some of the deals?
And we're getting to the point where they need to come in because the holidays are coming. Our guys are getting busy. So.
Yeah, we have this October sale that we're running right now, and
we need a sound effect for that, by the way. Whoop, 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 whoop. October sale. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Okay.
Listen up. Here we go.
there you go.
There we go. We're low budget here on this show.
October sale.
There you go.
We have every section of the flooring on sale. I mean, we got carpet, we got wood, tile, stone, luxury vinyl tile. We got sheet vinyl. We have just about everything you can imagine that goes on the floor. We have a sale on it now. It's, you know, if you come into the store, it's not 100% of the store is on sale, but we have many products in all those divisions on sale, more than you can shake a stick at, as they say.
And imagine with the holidays, family coming over, why not redo that entryway to your? As soon as you walk in the front door, that just kind of speaks to you, and redo that and have people go, oh wow, I really love what you've done here.
Yeah.
And
I like new area rugs, like under your dining room table,
I do like that,
because you can do that fairly inexpensive and fairly fast, and it changes the whole outlook.
It does.
Yeah, and you can really go to any kind of store and get a specialty rug that's probably off the rack. But why wouldn't you get a custom rug to the exact size, the exact color that you want, and it actually costs less?
Yeah.
And faster to get.
And faster to get.
Yeah.
We're going to get into some biblical stuff here in just a second, but I want to spend some time and talk about wood. I know there's different cuts of wood. Just like you think of a diamond, there's different cuts of a diamond. Well, there's different cuts of wood.
Right. You know, diamonds are a girl's best friend, right?
Sure it is.
So the girls.
Buzzword. We need buzzword. We need sound effects on this show.
Dana lights up when we talk about diamonds.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in diamonds, you've got the 4 C's: cut, clarity, color, and carat. Well, in hardwood floors, you've got something similar to that. You have a cut, because all these engineered hardwood floors are not created equal. A lot of them have thin veneers, medium veneers, and very heavy, thick veneers. And that's the reason there are different prices, and there are different qualities of wood. Some of them are narrow, some are very wide. They get up to be 8, 10, 12 inches wide. Some of
And
them.
the length of them.
And the length of the boards. I mean, we're getting some now, the boards are as long as 8 feet long.
That's long.
And those are very long planks. And so what we try to do is our job is to help you wade through all that and help you understand about wood grain and what grains are busy looking, what grains are nice and smooth and plain. Or when I say smooth, I mean really plain without a whole lot of color chatter. And we're into teaching people those things so that they'll have a better understanding of what it is they're buying. I mean, you know, why is one floor $2.99 and why is another floor $11 a square foot? Same, you know, I mean, it's a hardwood floor, but that's the real purpose of us, to try to make the complicated simple for people to understand what they're getting.
And why do people need to have their slabs checked for moisture?
Ooh, I got a great story for him. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, for engineered hardwood floors, we do a technical moisture test. It's done with a Tramex moisture meter. Because if you don't test a slab for concrete moisture, you might have too much moisture, and it might be you might not be using the right glue to hold it down on the floor, and it definitely will come up.
It will come up.
It'll give you problems next year. It may not this year, but it could give you problems next year. So you need to test that, and we do all that for you. And we handle some specialty glues that will go up to 85% relative humidity. It's kind of a big deal, but we're not trying to make things complicated. We're trying to make them simple.
Sure.
Knowing that people can trust us to use the right thing.
Well, it's interesting because we talk about our friends to the south in Houston, and with all the floods that they had, I would imagine the moisture level, just in general, I would think it's all in their house. I mean, if you were down in that area, what would you suggest people do?
Wait.
Wait, yeah?
Yeah, the hardest thing is for people to wait, and I'm glad you brought that up. I talked to a sales rep in Houston who has a Houston territory, and they say right now dealers are putting hardwood floors down the concrete slab too early when it's too wet, and they're already coming up off the
Get out of here.
slab.
Really?
They're already blowing. And that's costly, because when that floor comes up, you cannot salvage that floor. It's trash.
Well, the insurance is probably not going to pay for it.
And insurance isn't going to pay for it the second time. And even though you may have a potload of cash on the settlement, you still got to fix your house.
But I can see people getting very impatient with that because they want to get their life, quote, back in order.
Sure.
And I don't blame them. I mean,
absolutely, they just have to. They're going to have to be patient with drying out their floors. Now they could put down a floating floor. A floating floor is a floor that doesn't glue or adhere to the floor, but then they're still going to have to put down some kind of a plastic underneath that. Yeah, or they could have a problem. I mean, we've had dealers. I've heard. I was told this story by a reliable sales rep, and a dealer down there wants to do the right thing, and he refused to put a floor down. One of his old customers went and bought from somebody else, called them back 6 weeks later because the floor was coming up off the concrete because it was too wet.
And that's sad.
And that's sad because if they're doing a whole house, they could be spending $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000
or more.
And more. Who wants to do that twice? Nobody. I mean, I don't care if you do have insurance money. Nobody wants to do that sort of thing. So
there's a lot of I mean, when you're putting down a floor in an entire house, there's a lot of stuff you have to go through, and you're kind of put out of your house for a little bit, with
a lot of technical
stuff going on.
Yeah.
We need to thank Jesse for logging in and listening to us. Thank you, Jesse.
Jesse, thank you. Yeah. And I put that up on my Facebook page as well just now. I was trying to technically do all that during the podcast. So, and then for those who are listening to the show past production time, go to the Facebook page and like you guys, because next time you can get involved. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just going to say that we have other products in the store. We made a huge purchase on some 20 by 20 porcelain tiles in several colors for 99 cents. And it's first quality product, and that's a very large tile. It's normally about $2.99. We have some of this new LVT that clicks and floats. It's $1.99, and it's regularly $2.99.
And that's a 20 mil.
That is a 20 mil
commercial.
Yeah, that's a commercial.
Is some of this stuff good for outdoor patios? I'm kind of an outdoor patio life kind of guy.
Well, the porcelain
tile can go outdoors. Yes, you cannot put ceramic out there, but you can put porcelain outside. And yes, they will go down real well out there.
Nice.
Makes a nice.
This is patio season, Tex. I mean, this is when I like to sit outside.
This is the time to get out there.
This is the time to get out there. Thank goodness, right? We've earned it. We've earned it.
It's the time of year that people are thinking about Halloween and different things like that.
I was gonna get into that with the season, and granted, I love the fall. I love the weather. I like college football to a certain extent, and I like all of that. One of my it is my least favorite holiday is Halloween.
Absolutely.
And I've just got to be honest with you. And we talked a little bit before the show. I look at Halloween as the most demonic. Why do we celebrate some of this stuff that, quite honestly, we can turn the news on and see the very same images that I'm going to see in somebody's front yard as yard decorations?
That's so correct. And it's interesting, the Bible even says they will think to change the times and seasons. Now, maybe that doesn't refer directly to Halloween, but Halloween never really was a Christian holiday. And so why are we even pushing ourselves to follow this? If it's all really about a worship of the dead in the first place, what business does a Christian have involved with this?
I would agree, and I know that it's kind of it's popular with kids, and I get it. And we even talked about it. Being a little kid, I remember what I dressed up as, but it's a different world that we live in now. I really think that Halloween has evolved into something that it wasn't 30 years ago. And it's not a cute little holiday where you dress up like a princess. It's now far worse. It's either very horrific or it's very on the pornographic side, if I can use that term, of the images that kids see.
Agreed. And we believe in a God that has been everlasting, and he's been around since the beginning of the times, and he's recorded in the Bible these worship of these other gods, and yet we're repeating it nowadays. Why is that?
You talked a little bit about, before the show, superheroes. I've never really been into superheroes. I think the last movie I saw was Spider-Man. But these superheroes that we see today are basically a replication of what was happening with the Greek mythology. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah, the Justice League actually all copies every one of the Greek gods. Superman is actually Zeus. Wonder Woman is Athena. The Flash is actually Mercury, Yeah. And so it's incredible, the actual replications of it. It came up with a simple comic in the 1930s, and they wanted to sell a comic book. But what better timeless way, if you will, to copy some old ancient mythology? Was it mythology, or was it actually real? Because our Bible even records Paul talking to the philosophers saying, hey, there's Zeus right over there. He's actually buried. Did you know that your philosophers wrote this song? In him we live and move and have our being. We tend to think of that as an actual song to God. In him we live and move and have our... That's actually a song to Zeus. It's actually a play that was written for Zeus.
Yeah.
Shocking.
And yet, as we come into the Christmas season, and I love that our president has been very adamant by saying, publicly, that we are going to say Merry Christmas, that we're not going to back down and say Happy Holidays and all of these other terms of kind of working away around the reason why we celebrate Christmas. And I like that, the fact that the first time I think we've in our history, not in our history of country obviously, but first time in about 8 years, we've been able to really be confident by saying Merry Christmas and not being afraid of any kind of pushback publicly.
Well, I hear exactly what you're saying, and yes, there's been a great, probably a sort of an unspoken war against all that. But right before we leave the superheroes, I just want to remind people that our scripture does say, "You shall not have any other gods before you."
Yes.
So why? My question to our listening audience is, why would we be teaching our children to you don't think it's worship, but anything you give time to, you give money to, that's a form of worship, really, in a sense. Why would you support going to these movies with these superheroes, the Justice League? Why would we teach our kids to do that and look at something that's super? Jehovah did not make a super being; He made us. And there were some beings of renown from the Genesis 6 movement, and very large, giants, and it's very possible they had different DNA, and from that has stemmed a lot of different things. But none of that was authorized originally by our Maker and Creator.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that Hollywood is starting to kind of, you're seeing more and more Christian-based films coming out of Hollywood. We just had one last week. I was at the premiere of Same Kind of Different as Me, which is a true story about an art dealer here in Dallas that got involved with a homeless person, and through that relationship evolved. It saved his marriage, it saved his life, but more or less, I mean, it brought everybody together. That's the films that I want to see come out of Hollywood. I don't want to see the horror movies. I'm not into that. I know that people are, but I think I agree with you on that. We've given out a lot of information. We haven't given out your contact information at all during the show.
Oh my gosh,
we have gone 21 minutes, 21 minutes without saying Floors to Go Texas. So the website, floorstogotexas.com, floorstogotexas.com. Or give them a call at 817-710-7030. That's 817-710-7030. And my goodness, I mean, shame on me for not getting that website.
That's quite all right.
That's okay. You know, we got a couple other giveaways.
Oh,
For
whoop,
folks.
whoop, giveaways here. And this is remarkable. You've got people coming in getting these free rugs. And I want our listeners to interact with this. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live or you're joining us on the radio right now, what do they got to do?
Well, but wait, there's more.
Oh, wait, there's more. Of course there's more.
If people will come in and say, you know, hey, I heard this on the Word FM or 620 AM, don't take us for granted. We actually will give them a granite stone cutting board.
Okay. Dana, say that word one time. Don't take us.
Well, it's technically don't take me for granted.
Don't take me for granted.
There you go.
So someone's got to walk in and say, don't take me for granted.
Yep.
And we'll give them a granite cutting board.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
It is cool.
actually it is, and they're nice.
I may try walking in the door and getting me one. I haven't quite figured out how to get me one yet, but I'm sure working on
You'll
it.
have to put
I think
Halloween.
you've got to, you know the
My
owners,
priestess.
right? You got some good stuff. Well, that's kind of a nice little getaway. And the thing is, you know, you're located in Haltom City, which is just a stone's throw away from Fort Worth. But I got to tell you, the one day that I broadcasted live from your showroom, you know where I was coming from. I was coming from McKinney. I would think a long way. But look, everything in North Texas is about 40 minutes away from any point
Absolutely.
in time. Look, you're gonna get in the car and drive, and when you get there, it's gonna be worth it.
Absolutely.
I mean, the time you can save, maybe the little time you spend on the road is a lot of time you can save on the product coming up wrong, or you're saving money, obviously.
How much time will it save you, and how much money will it save you to get the right product in the right condition, put down the right way the first time, and not have to do it twice?
Yeah.
Because let's face it, if you put the wrong product down and you put it down incorrectly, not according to the manufacturer's specifications, you might as well save up money to put it down a second time.
Yeah. I want to ask you guys, what is the most requested room that someone wants to put floor down in? When someone comes to you and say, I have this kitchen or have a bathroom, what room would you say? Just curious.
Well, it's got to be one of these two rooms, and it would be the main living area or the kitchen.
Or the
And
kitchen?
sometimes the master bedroom and
Yeah.
bath.
Bedroom?
Yeah.
But it's all over.
It's all over. Do you like carpet in the bedroom?
Yeah, I do, yes.
I do too. And I don't have it, by the way.
My Theril,
I have wood now.
Because I wake everybody up when I walk. That's the problem.
I have wood in there, and honestly, I like the wood.
Do you sound like Bigfoot when you walk across the bedroom, though?
you
No.
see his feet?
On
Yeah.
a glue down hardwood floor, they're not people may think they're noisy, but on a glue down engineered hardwood floor, they're not noisy. They don't sound hollow because they're glued down.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what people don't realize is that a engineered hardwood floor is actually warm in the winter,
I agree with that.
and the tile is cold as ice.
That's true.
I mean, I can walk from the bedroom to the kitchen barefooted in the wintertime, but in the wintertime, if I had tile down there, I better be finding some house shoes.
You better
or,
put some
or
socks on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cold feet.
Yeah, you're not going to walk all that distance. You're going to get really cold.
Yeah.
So a hardwood floor is actually warm because it doesn't conduct. It's a good insulator, to be honest.
Absolutely. The website, floorstogotexas.com. Floorstogotexas.com. Check it out. Go on there. Take a look at all your samples and all the different services you have. I will say this before we go, and we got about a minute and a half left. You gave great advice a couple of weeks ago about vacuuming and how so much static, if you have pets or you have somebody in your house with long hair, the static in your carpet will pull all that down there and weave it in.
Absolutely, and there's a new product on the market made by Stainmaster. It's called Pet Protect. It actually has a negative ionic charge on it that will not allow hair or pet hair to actually stick to the fiber, so that it lays on top of the carpet so that your vacuum cleaner can easily lift it off and remove it. Which is really, it's a scientific breakthrough, to be honest with you.
It is.
Because it helps to maintain the carpet and keep it cleaner, especially if you have one of those pets that has long hair and they shed all the time.
All the time. Or older adults that lose their hair.
I guess so.
That happens as well.
It just falls out all over the place. We certainly appreciate your time here today, and there's a lot of information. Like I said, go to see our friends over at floorstogotexas.com. Follow them on Facebook and all that good stuff as well, and get all the information. It's been fun.
Thank you
very much.
Let's do it again.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll see you next time on another edition of Believers in Business. Thanks for joining us. You can always go to the Word FM, our website, to check out more information about this show. We'll see you guys later. Have a great day.
Okay, for all you listening online, we're just going to take a quick little break. We're actually recording for a later airtime here on 660. But we will still be live and just doing a couple of technical things. But please feel free to send in your questions, and the call line is still open. It's right there in the chat room if you need the phone number, and just send it on in if you'd like to call in. And please hit that like button as well as subscribe.
I love to see that.
Yeah, Dana loves to see the floating bubbles going across there. Okay, I see that Terry. Oh, great to know is what he says.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I kept saying 620 because it's
It
big
didn't
letters
matter.
up there, but it's really 660, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So, no, it's actually this arrow on the word. So this is 620.
Yeah.
But the word FM is 100.3 or 7.
Well,
yeah.
She's been running this program. I say she, meaning Kay. I don't know, has run it a couple of times on the 660.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
660 as well.
That's awesome.
Do you want me to pull another show out? Or do you want
Are we
just
saving this one?
We can talk about the October sale again.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
We never listed the prices of stuff.
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
We
talked about the price of the 99-cent tile.
We didn't talk about very much. We didn't talk about the financing. We didn't talk about 60-day. We didn't talk very much.
No.
We can
talk about that.
Actually, this is our most show already.
Really?
1,100.
1,100.
Nice.
Wow, way to go.
Wow.
Good job.
Cool. Nice. Okay, so let me clear this off, and I've got that shows Floors to Go Texas 1026 dash 1.
Okay, let's talk about that.
All right, so let's go into another one.
Ceiling tile.
Let me check and make sure. Yeah, because we can kind of maybe. I mean.
Sure, we can wing it.
We can wing it. I mean, the two shows will be different, obviously.
Okay, on the spiritual side thing, I want to do this little intro that says, do you believe that Jesus was the most famous man in history?
Okay.
Who was born in Israel, died for his sins, and rose from the grave some 2,000 years ago? But did you know the letter J was invented 500 years ago? And Jesus is not his name. More importantly, did you know our church has changed his teachings just like they have changed the spelling of his name? You might be surprised to see the Bible will show you the opposite story of what he taught in the Bible. His name is actually Yeshua, and it means salvation in Hebrew.
I had no idea.
Really?
I really had no idea.
There's a lot of people that don't, but we didn't either until we ran across it, and then it just makes so much more sense. His name means salvation. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's powerful.
Did not know.
We didn't talk about it.
And you know, the modern day name would be Joshua.
Sure.
And how much cooler is that to realize that Moses led these guys through the promised land, but it was Joshua that led them into the actual promised land.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, which they called him Yehoshua.
Yeah, Yehoshua.
All right, you just let me know. Are we rolling?
Yeah, I'm still rolling over here.
Okay, let me roll over here, and we'll get into it. So this will obviously air probably after Halloween, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we
Right.
won't-
We won't talk about Halloween on
No.
this show.
Yeah.
So no, right? You said no, correct?
I don't know.
I say
we don't know when it's going to run actually.
But
yeah.
But we
It makes
since
a
we already
difference.
referred to it as a one, let's not maybe refer to maybe refer to more of like Thanksgiving coming up,
Okay.
and you know, and more of the family holidays than and even Christmas. I mean, why not give the gift of flooring for Christmas? Think about it. That would be awesome.
We don't want to start a huge division.
Yeah, I want granite counters. I want granite. All right, let me turn our microphones on, and we're rolling. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Well, welcome to another edition of Believers in Business right here on The Word. Thank you so much for joining us today on the show. As always, you can go to The Word FM, our website, and check it out, and go, like us on our Facebook page and all those different social media platforms. Once again, I am so happy to have my friends from Floors to Go Texas on the show. We always have a fantastic time. Of course, a couple weeks ago, I was broadcasting live from your facility. Today, we're back here in the studio. I know it's very disappointing in here. Theril and Dana and Tex joining me on the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us here
nice.
today.
Fun times at your place, by the way. I got to get back out there.
Please do.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, we want people to have fun and enjoy themselves when they come to our store. We want to treat them like family when they come shop with us.
Yeah.
We have a good staff that's well trained, and we try to get to the heart of the matter of, why are you in the store? What are you looking for?
What brought you here today, right?
Ask
Exactly.
questions.
We ask a lot of questions. We want to understand as much about their needs in a home as they do, because that way we feel like that we can help prescribe the correct floor for them. They generally will have an idea of what they want. Sometimes they don't. We can come up with ideas for them, but they may walk in and they say, hey, I want a wood floor, or I want a tile floor, or I want a carpet. Now there are other floors besides those 3 types, but and then we'll direct from that area.
Well, we
some
start
things.
asking questions. How many children they have, how big their dogs are, if it's a couple that really don't have much traffic in their house. There's different things to ask.
We're going to have a lot of information on this show, so I want to make sure you have all the resources possible. The website, floorstogotexas.com, floorstogotexas.com, located in Haltom City. Easy to find. I was going to say this a few moments ago. If someone takes the time to drive to your showroom, they're serious about a floor.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You don't just kick the tires on the floor. You're ready to put in a floor, or you're getting all the information needed to make a decision on what type of floor you have. And I will say this as a person that's been there, you have a huge selection. So no matter what I'm asking for, if I'm asking for bright pink shaggy carpet, you probably have that.
I actually have that.
You have that. Well, there you go. And I would probably be one to put that. I'd put that in my music room probably. But you got samples and all that good stuff. So if you think you're in the mood, in the mode of redoing a room, which by the way we have the holidays coming up with Thanksgiving and Christmas, I couldn't think of a better time to redecorate that house, get it ready for guests.
Absolutely, and that's one reason that we try to encourage people this time of the year to get their home ready. Start early, because people think about it at the last minute and they want to try to get something. Well, flooring can be put in tomorrow. You have to have decided it, at least 3 days ago, a week ago, or 2 weeks ago.
To order it and come in and all that.
So, gosh, we're going to put wood in there. We got to have the wood in your home to get acclimated before we actually put it on the ground.
Yeah,
people don't understand.
No, go back over that again.
So wood is going to swell or shrink or whatever, depending on the humidity
And
value
the
that's in your home
yeah.
and the temperature that you're going to have.
So you need to sit in your home for a while?
It's going to need to sit in your home for a few hours or a few days, depending on the actual product.
Wow.
Before we even put glue down and actually put the floor down.
Interesting. Now, does the weather have any factor if we have some really muggy days? Is that...
Well, it could.
It could.
But the short answer is that there's a process on any floor. Can you put in carpet right away? Yes. Can you put in tile right away? Yes. But hardwood floors, it's a different animal.
Different animal.
Because it's wood.
Because it's wood, and people don't realize it is susceptible to absorbing relative humidity. And but we take all the guesswork out of it, but we just let you know that there is a process. So encouraging people to plan early for when they're going to have family over and
Interesting.
entertain during the holiday period. We're encouraging everybody to come in as soon as possible and you know, look and see and investigate. But you were right earlier. Nobody gets up on the Saturday morning and said, "Hey, let's go look at some samples at the flooring shop." Even ladies who are avid shoppers, they'll call up their girlfriend and say, "Hey, I'm going to the mall, girl. You want to go with me?"
Yeah.
And the girls all say, "Yeah, sure. What are you shopping for?" "Oh, I don't know. I got to get a blouse." "Hey, I'm there." You know, that's what the girls will say to the girls, right? But nobody thinks about that when it comes to floor. So you were exactly right. You're very serious when somebody walks in our door. That's why we treat everybody that walks in the door with the same courteous approach, and we know that you have a need. You wouldn't be there. You got better things to do than pick out floors. Trust me.
And I love the honesty out of it, because you're absolutely right. It's one of these things, you know, when I was in the ice cream business, I used to tell all my counter girls, I mean, people are here because they want to have fun. They're here to have ice cream. You're not at the DMV paying on your registration. You know, no one wants to go there, right? They're in a bad mood. If someone comes to you, I actually look very optimistic about it. They want to redecorate. They want something new again in their home. It's a very positive experience, and I'm glad that you guys recognize the effort that someone goes through to drive to your place.
Yes.
Or it could be a problem, and we need to help them. They've had a water problem, a flood problem, a leaky toilet, and they're already knocked down by that. So we need to make it as easy as we can.
By the way, whoever thought to put carpet in a bathroom around a toilet not a good idea. I don't know what person decided that would be a good idea. Because the way my kids pee in the toilet, it ends up all on the floor anyway. So you know what I'm saying? I know it sounds gross, but whoever did that, let's not do that.
Well, carpet's usually a lesser amount of money, and unfortunately we have some builders out there who are, let's just call them, extremely thrifty.
Cheap.
Cheap.
Dana calls a spade a spade.
Yeah. Well, it's time to. Well, now your opportunity to undo what a builder probably put in your house you don't want. So that's the good news, is that you have people that you can trust and go by and give you all these options. We talked a little bit about last time about the different qualities of wood, and I love that, how it's very much like a diamond. There's different cuts, the different textures, and it is something that I just learned that you need to put down a few days before, let it breathe a little bit. Maybe move into the carpet. Let's talk a little bit about carpet, because we did talk about one problem that if you have carpet is cleaning it with the static of that it pulls in just about everything that's in the air goes straight to the carpet.
Yeah, because the carpet can be like a little bit of an air filter to a certain extent.
It's a great analogy. It's like an air filter.
The Stainmaster has come up with a new product. It's about 3 years old now, but I mean it's still relatively new on the market, and it is called Pet Protect. And this Pet Protect, this is great news for pet owners, but it also has features in there that anybody can use. First of all, it's guaranteed against the 3 Ps that all pets do. They pee, they puke, and they
number 2.
Yeah, exactly. And so they guarantee you can clean that up. They can guarantee they can get any of that out. Here's the real big key reason why is because it is a solution dyed nylon. It's different than other regular carpets. It's dyed like a lot of commercial carpets. Now, please don't everybody get glassy-eyed here. It's not ugly. It's beautiful. It's soft. They make it fluffy. They make it tight. They make patterns.
The patterns are beautiful.
So it just has to do with the chemistry of how they made it. It's been made extremely well. It's hard to dye. You can't dye it. So that means it's hard to stain. If you can't dye it, you can't stain it. So meaning that it's kind of like the difference between a carrot and a radish. If you cut open a radish, it's red on the outside. It's white on the inside. That's conventional carpet dyeing.
Do you like radishes, by the way?
Well, with the right things.
Okay. Enough ranch salad dressing, I'll eat it.
And then you have a carrot. If you cut a carrot open, it's orange on the outside, it's orange on the inside. This new carpet technology is like the carrot, it's orange on the inside. So it's already dyed, or if you will, and you can't hardly change the color. That's why they can guarantee you can clean it, you can't stain it. It really is one of the stain-proof carpets.
Yeah.
So the fiber has no place for another color to go. It's already colored through and through.
That's correct, but I'm going to address Brian's question you brought up in the very beginning. This carpet also has something no other carpet has. It has a negative ionic charge to it that it actually repels pet hair, human hair. It won't allow any kind of long fiber to actually stick to the carpet itself. It actually lays or rests on the top so that your vacuum cleaner can go over it and pick it up with one pass.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
That's a big deal. If you've got a pet that sheds, most dogs do and cats do, then that's actually a very common household problem. And you're always cleaning out your vacuum cleaner, that's for sure.
Yeah, it pretty much destroyed one of mine. I got the Shark. You know, we paid God knows how much money for that thing, and it keeps getting clogged up because of the hair. And I will say this, allergies. Think of all the stuff you're getting out of your carpet.
Absolutely.
You know?
It's much easier because of the allergens then. If there are floating in the house, they're going to land on there. They're not going to stick, and you can remove it with a vacuum cleaner.
You'll breathe easier.
So it's a very good deal. Something we want to talk about too, if that's okay, is tile. A lot of people don't know that there's a difference between ceramic tile and porcelain tile. And we like to tell people that you can put porcelain tile outside on the patio because it is frost resistant and it's frost proof. Water doesn't affect it. Water will not be absorbed into the porcelain tile.
So it's not going to freeze and break.
That's correct. It won't freeze and break.
Gotcha.
Your ceramic tiles will do that. And so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why.
So a freeze can break a tile?
Freeze and break a ceramic tile. Yeah.
Because the water absorbs in it, and then it freezes and expands and breaks.
A ceramic tile is made out of clay. Think of a red clay terracotta pot. How it will absorb water. It's been fired in a kiln. Well, so has a ceramic tile. It's been fired as well, but it still maintains its clay property, and it can't absorb water in the backside. It leaks through the ground. So that's why we don't encourage people to put ceramic tile outdoors, but you can put porcelain tile out there.
You know, back to carpet, there's another carpet we haven't mentioned in a while that's great, even if you're not in the carpet market, a walk-off carpet.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Well,
people don't,
and not something that walks off.
I'm thinking walk-off home run for a second. It did go right over my head, and the hair is pretty high, so it goes way up.
It's one of my father's favorite carpets to talk about.
Yeah, so. It's not a carpet that has legs and walks. It's actually we use it commercially, but here's something I've done in my house, and I really like it. I rolled out a piece of it and laid it down beside our car so that when I get out of our family car, it's just a strip. It's 3 or 4 feet wide, but it's about 12 feet long. And you can make it longer so that when you step out of your car, if it's been raining outside, and you go into the garage, and your car's dripping wet, instead of you getting out into a puddle, you're able to stand on this carpet. You're able to. The reason we call it walk off is because as you're walking on the carpet, it walks off all the grit and grime and stuff that gets stuck.
And that will cut down on you sweeping those floors. And
that's right. You know, to give people a more visual, everybody has gone into a grocery store. That first little open area where you're coming in and grabbing your cart and whatnot, that's a walk-off carpet because it's getting the wet off of your feet before you come in.
The Kroger's that I went to before I came here today, I noticed it. You're right. It's great. Why not put that in your home?
Yep.
In your garage.
Yeah, especially in the garage,
Back porch.
Back porch.
Sure.
Yep. And you got kids, they're dragging all kinds of stuff in.
Well, sure.
Absolutely.
My goodness. I'm going to put that in my car. Install the floor, like a floor mat, you know? Not a bad idea either, right?
Well, we didn't talk about rectified and non-rectified either. That's a big one, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that want to put down a really tight joint.
Well, not tile.
On their tiles.
Okay.
And so some tiles are pressed or stamped, and some tiles are what we call rectified. It means the edges have been rectified by a machine, and they're milled down to where they're perfectly vertical, and the tile is an absolute perfect rectangle or perfect square. And the reason that's important to know is those tiles are usually priced a little higher. They're a little bit more money. But you can also put the tile joints very close together. Tile Council of North America says 3/16 is the widest joint you should put down, but I know there's a lot of people that want to put them on a wall and put them really tight together so that they can put them in the shower.
That was a lot to chew on. So let's just say you're baking a cake and you put it in a square pan. You're going to bake this cake, and it's obviously going to come out to a square size.
Sure.
However, because it's a cake, it's going to expand and whatnot. It's going to be different sizes. The tile is going to be done the same way. It's going to be baked. It's going to come out square. However, they're going to put it through another machine, and they're going to cut it exactly so that every corner is exactly straight. And you can have these joints much closer together.
Yeah, so there's no variation in the
Yeah,
size of
if
the
you get a
tiles.
non-rectified tile and you try and put it too close together,
You're
gonna see it
A little
walk
wave.
away from you as you go up the wall or down the floor.
That explains a lot, and I tried to retile my pole years ago. I think that's what happened.
Yeah,
Well-
the grout joint needs to be wider so it
Yeah,
looks
You can
straight.
disguise some of that, yeah.
Yeah, you can disguise it with a wider grip.
Yeah, because the non-rectified tiles can be 1/32
Yeah.
Off from each other tile. Not that that's a big deal, but it's a big deal if you get your joints too tight.
Absolutely, because over a wide area, you can start. You can see that variation.
Yeah, and you can walk into Home Depot or our store or somebody else's, and you'll see two tiles that look exactly the same. And why is one $2-3 more? Because it's rectified.
It makes a
What's
difference.
rectified? Well, you're back to
New word, buzzword,
You
rectified.
can feel it.
Yeah, you can feel
It's a definite straight edge.
Interesting.
No, John Mangus just joined us. So
Oh.
thank you, John, for
Thank you,
just
John.
joining us. That's awesome.
Absolutely. We appreciate your involvement on the show. The website, FloresToGoTexas.com. FloresToGoTexas.com. If you even think that you want to get into a little remodel job and new floors in your home and your place of business, we didn't even talk about commercial.
We do
Look, let me
a
tell
lot
you
of
something. Commercial. You want to put that walk-off carpet in a business and get,
Absolutely.
that's a great thing you guys can
Absolutely.
do.
Absolutely, we've done that for businesses in their outdoor area. It just helps make the carpet or tile or whatever last a little bit longer,
we
stay
just-
a little cleaner.
We just did it in one, and they have a metal shop, and it keeps the metal pieces from coming in on the workers' shoes.
That's a great point.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just want to remind everybody that's watching us online, you can join us on the chat. We also have a phone number for you
Yes.
to call in and call and send in your questions.
We can do that.
Hit that like button and subscribe button.
Yeah, the number, if you want to call in right now and ask us the question, if you just want to say hi, if we want to talk about Texas cowboy hat, you can do that. I love it. I actually am thinking about getting one. 972-870-8704. 972-870-8704. That's like the special quote hotline. It goes right into the studio here.
And Bill Guyton just joined us as well. Hi,
Bill.
Bill. We
Thank you,
love
Bill.
working with
Bill,
Bill.
thanks for joining us today.
But you know what? The buzzword, we want to give some stuff away. Now, I know we shared a story on an earlier broadcast about a gentleman coming in and getting that free rug and saying the free buzzword. But we want to give away something else different today. Do we still
Well,
want to do that?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We have this little saying: if you come into the store and tell us you heard this on 100.7 FM, say don't take me for granted.
Don't take me for granted.
Don't take me for granted. We've got a nice stone granite cutting board that they can take home.
And I think that's easier to say than a room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug. That might be a little embarrassing to say, even though people apparently don't have a problem
They
saying that.
don't.
Well,
I laugh at both of them.
It is pretty
Well,
funny.
for those that don't remember, as you're driving into the store, if you forget, it's okay.
Yes.
100 feet away from the store is a big old huge billboard that's got it
You
written
can't
right
miss
there. I
so
kid you
your
not.
cheat sheet is on a billboard.
Cheat sheet.
Cheat sheet is
Well,
on the
hey,
billboard.
IHOP had a routine years ago,
Oh.
Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity, right?
Yep.
You had to go in and say it and get the deal.
I wonder how many people did that.
Well, I don't know, but
Yeah.
that's desired. I mean, this is a wool rug. It's 80 ounces, hand carved border. You have 9 colors to pick from.
Yeah.
We special ordered for you. It only takes like a week or less to get it. I mean, why wouldn't you drive?
I did a promotion years ago, and when I was in television with Chick-fil-A, and you had to go in there and say, "I love Moo Mondays." Moo like the cow on Mondays, and you got a 4-piece nugget for free. A 4-piece
Nice.
Moo Mondays. And one of the conversation was that a lot of people may be embarrassed to say that, and don't take me for granted. Don't be embarrassed. Walk in there and say it.
Be proud.
Be proud. And while you're there, why not shop a little bit? That's the thing. Look around. Like you said, you may not. Here's the deal, Dana. You may not be in the market for flooring, but after you walk through the showroom, you might go, you know what? I really like that right there.
And we can plan budgets for people who want to do stuff in the spring or the next summer or whatever. You know, that's the thing about it. It's just come in, get some ideas, and we can help them plan something out and get them up a workable budget so they can see what's going to happen.
And for our Christian listeners, we enjoy a spiritual conversation even in the store. We enjoy talking about the Bible and our beliefs. So we bring that home and we bring those values there.
So when you want to come in and just say hello, that's not a bad deal. Come in and say hello, and we enjoy listening to you on the Word. I mean, of course, this, you know, the mission behind this station, it's got a wonderful tradition. This show does, and this station, is really, it's about spreading the love of Jesus Christ. That's it. God is love. That's the bottom line to everything. And so why not come in and say, thanks for being involved with us on the station.
Absolutely. So, you know, if we believe that Jesus was the most famous man in history who was born in Israel, died for our sins, and rose from the grave some 2,000 years ago, did you know the letter J was only invented 500 years ago? Now that may become a shock to a lot of people. And Jesus is not his name. Now somebody's going to go, oh, these guys are heretics. What do you mean Jesus isn't his name? Well, his name is actually Yeshua. And in Hebrew, that's his Hebrew name, Yeshua.
Yeshua.
Yeshua. Yeshua.
Just like Joshua.
Just like Joshua, except there's without the A because they call Joshua Hoshua.
With a Y sound in
Yeah.
front, because there's no letter J sound.
And
Once again, the letter J was invented 500 years ago.
What's interesting is that Yeshua means salvation in Hebrew.
Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't we call him by his real name? Yeshua. People have to understand that the Greek was translated from the Hebrew and the English was translated from the Greek.
And we like to say we have a friendship with him. We like to know him. He even says, I stand at the door and I knock. And wouldn't it be more satisfying to really know his real, true given name that he was given? And it makes me feel much more warmer when I discovered it.
I mean, you know, if you're going to have a personal relationship with somebody, to
definitely
know
gives
their
you-
name personally. I have a very strange name, Theril, and very few people can spell it.
Yeah,
First
Theril.
time out.
What is the background on that? Is it a family name?
we have to tell you that off the air.
Yeah.
It's a long story.
It's a long
It's a
story.
family name.
It's a family name. We're just the easy way is it's a family name. But I mean, really, if you know, I can always tell who knows me and who doesn't know me because they mispronounce my name.
Well, I did that for a long time, though.
But it's, you know, there's a certain period of grace you get. When
Theril. I know it. Dana. Text.
We each have our own name issues.
But after a while, if somebody keeps saying it incorrectly, you know, it's like you're going to correct them politely. And that's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to beat anybody over the head, but it was just to let you know, hey, his real name is Yeshua, and it means salvation. It's more romantic than the name Jesus.
And I think you're right. You said it earlier a few minutes ago. It gives you a more intimate relationship that you kind of know, you really know him. You really know his true name. Good point. I'm glad you brought that
Well,
up.
so, you know, if Jesus lived his perfect life, why do Christians live so differently than him?
Well, we
you
need
know,
3 more hours for that show.
Yes.
You know, one thing would be diet. I mean, his diet was totally different than our diet. You've got clean, you've got unclean. How about in holidays? Easter versus Passover.
Yeah.
That's a really big deal.
It's a really big deal. And there's a lot of these things that we discovered that, oh my gosh, so they've been there this whole time. I'll give you a pop question, Brian. How many of each kind of the animals did Noah put on the ark?
2.
Really? Your Bible says 7 of the clean kind and 2 of the unclean kind.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's interesting. I was taught the same way. And I just kept repeating 2, 2, 2. But then all of a sudden I read in my Bible, it says that there's 7 of every clean and 2 of every unclean.
So
It's a
2 of
different
every
answer.
unclean.
Yeah, not taking anything away from what I was already told before, but now I've enhanced myself that I realize, wow, my Bible actually says more than what I was really taught.
You think this is a question of, hey, how well do you know your Bible? That's not the question. The question is, how did Noah know?
Mm-hmm.
Where is the teaching in there that this is clean and this is unclean.
Oh, good point.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's not.
Think
brought
about
up.
that. There was no manual. We didn't
That's
go
right.
to, okay, honey, go Google which one's clean and which one's not.
That's right.
We're trying to wake up the Christians, if you will.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But no, I'll fast forward to Abraham. He's with the king of Sodom and the king and Melchizedek, and he gives Melchizedek a tenth. Where did this tithing come from? Was it also in instructions they already knew of?
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So the answers lie the answers lie in the word, but also the answers lie in the fact that Adam was supposed to pass down this relationship that the Lord Jehovah wanted to have with every man and woman. And there was something in the relationship that he would walk and talk with Adam, and it was Adam's responsibility to pass it down to Eve and every generation afterwards.
It's true. I can tell you from a little kid, living in my dad's house, he had rules, and I needed to follow those rules. They weren't all written down, but I do remember at one point he was a little frustrated and said, "Okay, here's 10 rules. Make sure that the trash is taken out, type of thing." Kind of made a point, do your homework. But he didn't have to write them all down because there was a loving relationship there. There's other things that he never had to write down that I knew.
It was implied that was.
Yeah.
I got you. The website, floorstogotexas.com, floorstogotexas.com. We got about a minute and a half left on the show. It's this show. I tell you, when we get together, time flies.
It does.
It does.
It flies really fast.
Yes, I have fun talking about flooring. A lot of people say, how can you talk about flooring for half hour? It's easy.
It's easy.
It's easy.
Are you coming back to our store?
Yes, I am. I'm trying to look at our calendar. We'll book a date when the show's over. We'll pick a date and we'll come back and do it again.
Well, here's a parting thought I'd like to leave with the
Go ahead.
people. If they're shopping at a place for flooring right now and they have a lot of questions that are not being answered, or they feel like they're getting the correct answer, they could be shopping at the wrong place. Come and shop with us and ask us the questions. We're here to help you solve your flooring issues.
There you go. floorstogotexas.com, floorstogotexas.com is the website, or call them 817-710-7030. Guys, it's been fun. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you.
Goodbye to everybody on Facebook Live that's watching this, and tune in next time. We'll follow you guys as well, and you can join us for the next podcast. And we'll catch you back next time on another edition of Believers in Business right here on The Word. You guys have a great day.
Thank you.